This video is on quality factor configuration for quality assurance software within the Eventide system, brought to you by Nelson Systems Inc. I will be using an Eventide Nextlog DX model recorder with software version 2024.3. It should be noted that quality factor is a licensed feature, and if it's not something that you as an agency have purchased, get with your Eventide retailer and we will get that license added to your system. Now let's begin. First of all, you're going to want to be in the administrative side of MediaWorks. Okay. If you don't know how to get there, you can start from the client side and you'll simply delete back to the slash and you'll type admin. And that will put you into the configuration manager. Now that we're here, we can pop down to the quality factor software tab. Again, without a license on the system, you won't be able to access any of these features. And then let's look at what a QA form looks like within quality factor. So if we come down here to forms, we can see all kinds of examples, right? So we'll open one at random here and hit edit. And you can see here all the different questions that have been placed on this form. Now these are completely configurable to you and your organizational needs. Um, You can drag and drop to change the order of the questions. You can add new questions and remove ones that you don't like at will. And we'll kind of look at how that's done here. To begin, you're going to have different skill groups assigned. Basically, each skill group will have a series of questions underneath it. Think of it like a group name, right, for different kinds of questions that you are evaluating people on. Adding a skill group is as simple as clicking Add Skill Group, putting in the name, and clicking Add. And then it will be here to assign to different questions. Questions we can find by clicking on the Questions tab over here. And to add a question, simply click Add. You can insert the question text here. And then since this is an evaluation, right, we need to have different parameters that we can grade on. Things such as excellent, good, fair, poor, scale of 1 to 10, yes, no, any kind of different answers can be configured here. If you do want some more personalization for answers, we can go here to answer sets. And you can see here those answer sets that we previously saw. And we can add in an answer set of our own, should we choose. So if you wanted to do a custom multiple choice, simply select multiple choice here, and then you can configure as many or as few answers as you would like. And then that will be available for you within this dialog box. So once we've got our forms set up, rather once we have our questions and our answer formats ready, we can create a custom form or we can use one of the forms that Eventide provides. But if we wanted to create a new custom form, we would come in here and we would say title here. You can set a passing score. That's going to be completely up to you in your organization. Some people say it's 50% to pass. Some people say it's 75% to pass. Set how many flags to fail, the 3-strike policy perhaps. And then you can go in here and you can start adding in your questions. Now, this is where the skill groups that I mentioned before come into play. So when you select a skill group here, all these different questions will populate on the right based on the skill group that they're assigned to. Okay, and if I just want to go all, we can start adding questions to this form here. So I will say, oh, Sorry, I forgot for a moment. We'll drag and drop from the questions up into the dialog box, and you'll see it'll populate here with the answer options and the additional parameters. You can decide on your own if you want to allow additional comments on these questions or even require them. And if we come over here to form options, under email options, we can choose to notify people via email when evaluations have been submitted or, additional comments have been made. Um, Additionally, if you wanted to, not allow comments, um, you don't really want to get into a back and forth with the person that you're evaluating, you can do that from the screen as well. As with all these features, I usually recommend playing around with it, figure out what works best for you and your organization, and should you guys need more personalized training on this portion of it, that is a service that we at Nelson Systems offer. So let's hop out of that. So we've got our evaluation forms made, we've got our questions and everything set. Now, how do we get to actually evaluating a user? First, that user will have to be set up as an agent. That will be the agent's permissions group when you're creating a user. And then once they have that permission, you can come in here and you will have a username on the Nextlog system. You'll put in their full name here in the agent name, and then they'll have their agent ID. And this is actually how the system will go about um, tagging evaluations or scheduled evaluations to the agents/users that are in the system. So what that'll look like on the MediaWorks side of things is if I come in here and I do a search for any flagged, anything that is flagged for an evaluator, we're just going to have that be not empty. All resources just within the last day. Now, this is a demo system that a lot of people use, so there are going to be tons of flags here. But now that we've set this search parameter, we can see that these have been flagged for a specific evaluator. You will need to set up evaluators and agents, but we can now click on this. We can see the agent ID. Okay, so who's being evaluated, who's doing the evaluating, and if we right-click this, evaluate records, we simply choose an evaluation form from the forms that we've created. We'll click on that and it opened it up. And now we're here within the evaluation. We can select our answers and we can submit it. Um, in regards to setting up your agents and evaluators, you'll need to set the agent permission and the evaluator permission within the user itself. So if you're an administrator, you'll have up to users and security. Do an edit here, take a look at permissions, and then for anyone who's going to be evaluated, you want to set them up as an agent. For the evaluators, you'll need to set them up as an evaluator, and then super evaluators or group evaluators will be able to evaluate the evaluators. As it were, think of it as a tiered system with agents at the bottom and your super evaluators at the top. Um, that concludes our video for the basic setup for quality factor. You can take a look at our other videos for how to actually complete the evaluations and how to view reports. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.